kinematics, rest and motion. In this chapter, we will study about the rest and motion. First of all, we will talk about motion and rest. If we say one person is sitting here, we say he is not moving. But if one person who is sitting at some other planet, what we will say? Earth is moving, the person is sitting on the earth. It means from his point of view, he is moving. So, rest and motion, everything is relative. Relative to one each other. If I say you are at rest, because I see you sitting at the same point, so you are at rest relative to me. Similarly, if I am moving on a train, so this example is the person sitting inside a train. Okay? The person sitting inside a train. One more person is sitting inside a train. Now, if the person is observing that person from ground, what will happen? This person A, let's say this is B, let's say this one is C. A will say that B is stationary to me. Right? What C will say? C will say, no, B is moving. Right? B will say to A is steady, stationary. Right? But he will say C is moving. Why? Because I am at the same place, but C is moving back. Right? So, everything what we are finding, rest and speed, everything is related to some person. We call it frame of reference. Frame of reference. Now, if we talk from frame of reference from point C, then we will say A and B both are moving in this direction with a speed of V. Right? But when frame of reference changes to say A, what we will say? This person B is stationary. Related to a frame of reference has changed to position at the person A. Now what we will say? B is stationary, right? And C is moving back with a speed of V. Okay? Because the frame of reference is A. Similarly, if we go to frame of reference B, what will happen? A is moving, A is stationary with reference to B, and C is moving back with speed of C, with speed of V. Now, what will happen here? If a person throw a ball up, right? What will happen? It will come back to his hand. He will say the ball went up and came to my hand. But the person here, he will see the ball moving from this point to this point. Right? Ball went up and came down. The person sitting here, he will say the ball, if the ball takes t seconds to reach from here to here, he will say the ball has moved to this much distance. Right? But since this one is also moving at the speed of V, what he will say? He will say the ball came back to my hand. The ball is, it doesn't move, its a lateral distance is 0. Right? Now we will talk about some other example. If a car is moving at a speed of V, right? One more car, a truck, let's say. Car is moving at speed of V. the truck is moving at speed of u. Now we'll talk about few things. The person sitting here, okay, if v equal to, then what will happen? Both are moving at the same speed, the same direction, and both are at the same place. What the truck will say? Truck will say that car is stationary. With respect to truck, right? Similarly, truck is stationary with respect to car. But if v is greater than u, v is greater than u, let's say v is 4 km per hour and v equal to u equal to 2 km per hour, right? V is 4 km per hour, u equal to 2 km per hour. The car, the person sitting on car, what he will say? The person sitting on car, his frame of reference is here. Then what will he will say? This truck is moving at a speed of v minus u in this direction. Correct? Here equal to 2 km per hour. Correct? If a person sitting on this car, what he will say? He will say that car is moving back at the speed of 2 km per hour. But if a person, the frame of reference changes from this point to this point, to the car, what this person will say? This person will say the car is moving at a speed of v minus u equal to 2 km per hour in this direction. What he will say? This car is moving ahead of me with the speed of 2 km per hour. Right? Now a person is sitting here on the ground. Okay? On the ground. What it will say? This one is moving at 4 km per hour speed. This one is moving at 2 km per hour speed. Right? Correct? This is what is frame of reference, change of frame of reference. So everything is relative here. You know, when we talk about relative, even in life, when we talk about wealthy people, we always talk about relative people. There are always some rich people relative to others. So if we say someone is wealthy, someone is rich, it is always relative. Someone may be rich, but he finds himself poor because he compares to someone else. Alright? So this is what is rest and motion in this chapter. We will talk about relative velocity, speed, distance, displacement, acceleration. Now, again we go back to previous class: displacement, distance, speed, and velocity. Now, from point A to point B, a person moves this way, and this to this point. We travel 10 km. Another person, point 1 to 2, point 1 to 2, person A. Another person travel more of this way. He traveled 15 km. let's say 12 kilometer, right? And actual distance, this distance is 8 kilometer. Okay, this is portion B. So in previous chapter also we have already calculated what will be the displacement for say portion A, 0.1. What will be the displacement? 8 kilometer. What will be the distance traveled? 10 kilometer. What will be the speed? Say 2 hours. 2 hours. So what will be the speed? Distance by time. Sorry, distance is 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5 kilometer per hour. What will be the velocity? Velocity, displacement. Displacement is 8 divided by 2 equal to 4 kilometer. Right. Similarly, all of you calculate for the portion B. Same. All 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now we will talk about average speed and instantaneous speed. What is speed? Speed is defined as rate of change of distance divided by time. Not divided with respect to okay. Similarly, acceleration. What is acceleration? Rate of change of velocity. We represent this by dx by dt. No, I will explain you later how this comes. This is called distance, rate of change of distance with respect to time. Similarly, acceleration A is equal to rate of change of velocity with respect to time. Just for your information, we will come to this detail again. What is speed? Rate of change of distance. What is velocity? When you call velocity, what it becomes? The rate of change of displacement with respect to time. Okay. Then velocity is again becomes vector quantity. V is given by dx by dt, right? Acceleration can be vector or scalar quantity. If you call it vector A, then you call it rate of change of velocity with respect to time. Or if you don't put it here, or simple acceleration equal to rate of change of velocity with respect to time. Sorry, rate of change of speed. Here v is your speed divided by time. Okay. Just for your information, we'll come back to what is dy by dx. We just call it rate of change of x is whatever it is. Rate of change of distance with respect to time. Okay. Rate of change of velocity with respect to time. This is where we represent it. You know, this is called differentiation. Differentiation and integration will study in calculus, but I will just show you few data about the differentiation and integration. What is the meaning of differentiation and integration? और इसके बारे में जो डिटेल होगा, formulas होंगे, how the formulas will come, derivation will come, you will learn in calculus, in the maths. Okay. Just now we learned about the distance. Now we will talk about average speed. Average speed, right? What happens? एक आप कार ड्राइव कर रहे हो सपोज, और आपने कार स्टार्ट की, धीरे धीरे बढ़ेगी, राइट? फिर धीरे धीरे स्पीड पकड़ेगी, फिर काफी दूर तक जाएगी। से एट t1 पे इस पॉइंट पे थी, ठीक है? स्लोली थोड़ी धीरे धीरे बढ़ी, राइट? इसमें ये डिस्टेंस, इस डिस्टेंस उसने ट्रैवल किया, ओके? इस डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल किया t2 टाइम तक। We don't know कि किस स्पीड से किया, थोड़ी धीरे बढ़ी, फिर उसने जो कंटिन्यूअस किया। तो हम एवरेज स्पीड कैसे कैलकुलेट करते हैं? v एवरेज इक्वल टू इस डिस्टेंस डिवाइडेड बाय t2 माइनस t1। ऑलराइट, और डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल्ड बाय changing time. Okay. Now, what happens? Instantaneous speed. Let's look at graph here. This is your distance traveled with respect to time. This is your origin. इस टाइम पे ये इतना डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल किया, धीरे उसकी स्पीड, इट मींस इट्स कर्व, इट मींस velocity is changing, right? The velocity is not constant. Okay. Now what happens at particular time t? Okay. Let's let me just draw the diagram first. Then I will explain it. This is the change in distance, this is change in time. This is and this one is. What's happening at till time t? This is the distance traveled, right? after change in time, so after delta t time change, this is the change in distance. Delta is distance. Okay, this is the tangent at this point. This point is, let's say, A. This point is, let's say, B. Now, how we define B average equal to delta S by delta T, right? Distance divided by change in time. Is this during this time interval? This is the distance traveled, delta S, right? Now, what we say, let's say the t time delta t tends to 0. You know, इसको minimize इतना करो, it is coming close to 0, very small, like very small in change. What will happen? From this B point, it will start moving, coming close towards A, right? If you draw a tangent at B, what will happen? This tangent, इसको t delta t को छोटा करते जाओ, delta s कम होता जाएगा, delta s कम होता जाएगा. This tangent will start coming down, and what will happen at the end? It will supersede over this tangent, right? This alpha will become theta. So this is what we say when delta t tends to 0, right? Then this becomes instantaneous velocity. V instantaneous equal to limit delta t tends to 0 delta s by delta t. Okay, in another way we can write it ds by dt. This is called your instantaneous speed, or in another way speed. Speed means at particular time. Speed can change every time. So what is the speed? So let's say at t equal to 1, t equal to 0, it was 5 km per hour. At t equal to 10, it was 10 km per hour. What was the speed of that was particle? It is changing every time. So speed is instantaneous speed. What we will say कि speed at t1 was 5. Instantaneous speed was 5. Instantaneous speed at this one is at this time was 10. Or in other words, only we can say at time t2 speed was 10. At time t1 speed was 5. This is what is your instantaneous speed. This is how you give. Say the curve defined. The curve was some say the sine curve. Have you heard of sine curve? Sine curve, right? Okay. So at particular time, particular angle. So this is how the sine curve. A particle moves in such a way that the distance x is given by sine theta x. Sine theta, right? Then what will be the instantaneous speed? We have to do by ds by dt. Here dt will be angle theta. So anyway, you don't get confused. We'll go in detail in the next chapter. Once you try to understand how it comes, what is the meaning of this? This is what is your ds by dt differentiation. This is called differentiation. This part of your calculus maths part, okay, but will actual practical use it is in physics only. इसमें बहुत कुछ आता है, बहुत सारे डिटेल में, बहुत जाओगे डिटेल में, बहुत it's a big book actually, big part of your math. So this is what your differentiation. This is how it came. Okay, rate of change. T is very small here. You know, every point is different. Every point, this angle is, this speed is different. Okay, this is your theta. Or in another way, this is the tangent at this point. Okay, we'll come here. Similarly, here is your V, here is your T. This is the curve. This curve will be of distance. Distance traveled between time T1 to T2 is given by the area under this curve. Now see, area till this one is easy to calculate, but you know at this point, right, area calculating, it's not circle, you cannot say circle, it can be of different type also. So how you calculate this area? What we do, same, you know, the way delta t tends to 0, what we do, we make it very small. Okay, similarly what just opposite we do here, एक ब्लॉक ऐसे बनाएंगे, ओके, नेक्स्ट ब्लॉक ऐसा बनेगा, नेक्स्ट ब्लॉक ऐसा बनेगा, ऐसे करके ये स्क्वायर एरिया का तो पता करना इजी है, बट ये जो कम होता है उसका कैसे पता चलेगा? व्हाट वी डू, अगेन दिस विल से डेल्टा टी टेंड्स टू 0, इसको छोटा कर देंगे तो फिर जो वैल्यू आएगा ये इंक्लूडेड होता है। तो इसी तरीके से इंटीग्रेशन का भी फॉर्मूला आता है। आई विल जस्ट ds what we have heard, v equal to ds by dt. Okay, how to calculate ds, distance traveled? We go as ds equal to v into dt. We integrate it, you know, we integrate, this is called integration. Just now we learned ds by dt, right, equal to v, this is called differentiation. Okay, now we will learn here integration. This is your integration. At t equal to 0, distance was x equal to 0, say x1 to x2 and t equal to t1 to t2. This is the way we represent distance. Let's say, okay, till here we will go for the next point here. Differentiation and integration. I will come back to this formula again. First, I will give you some formulas for the differentiation and integration. Just few. The rest of the formulas you can get from your calculus book. Just for your information. dy by dx. What we call it rate of change of y with respect to x. If y equal to constant, right? Y equal to constant. What will be the rate of change of y with respect to x? No change, because y is constant. Is there really any change? No change possible. So what we say dy by dx, right? Here, if y equal to constant, then dy by dx equal to 0. So we will just write some formulas for you. If y equal to x to the power n, what will happen? Dy by dx equal to n x to the power n minus 1. Y equal to constant का 0 x to the power n का n x to the power n minus 1 sin theta का cos theta, this x will be right x cos x का minus sin x. Okay, x का Okay. This is the formula which you are supposed to remember once you will go through your calculus books, or after solving few problems you will become by heart by yourself. You do not have to remember too much. Okay. Similarly, integration. If you remember the differentiation formula, integration formula you don't have to remember. It is just reverse of integration. In fact, integration is just reverse of differentiation. See, integration of 1 by x dx is given as log x. Integration of e to the power x dx equal to e to the power x plus a constant. There will be the constant will be there. This is your constant. Integration of 6 square x dx equal to tan x. Integration of 7x dx equal to minus cos x. See, integration of x to the power dx equal to x to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 plus. This is your integration, this is your differentiation. If you remember one side integration, just put an integration over here, this becomes your value. Okay. Just for your information, you can get the formula from the books, and try to remember them. It will help you in solving your problems easily. Okay. Sorry. Now, motion in more dimension. Acceleration, right? A is acceleration, is given by dv by dt, right? Rate of change of velocity with respect to time is called acceleration, or dv equal to a into dt, right? Now get the value of v, we integrate it. Okay, at t equal to 0, velocity was suppose u. At t equal to time t, velocity say becomes v. Then the value comes to v. Integration is written as u. V equal to a is constant here. Acceleration is constant here, right? What is moving at constant acceleration? What is moving at 5 km per square? It is moving at the same acceleration. A is constant, so it will come out bar, and dt ka integration comes to t only, right? Similarly, dv ka integration comes to v only. So again we write here 0 and t. This becomes here this minus this. Put the value of v here. V minus u. Similarly, t into t minus 0. Okay. So v minus u equal to vt. This implies to v equal to u plus kt. U is initial velocity. U equal to initial velocity is final velocity after t. So this This is your one of the very important formula. Okay. We will go for the next. Go for the next. Rate of change. E is given as rate of change of displacement divided by with respect to time, right? So in other words, ds equal to v into dt. To remove this ds and dt, we will go into integrate again, right? Let's say t equal to 0, where distance was 0. From this is where at this point, origin point, whatever was here, so we will call this distance as 0. Okay. After time t, this distance becomes s. Okay. Right? Now this portion will go back again. V is just now we learned V equal to u plus at, right? So this one is changing, right? This one is changing. It's not constant. So we cannot bring this out of this integration formula. So what we'll do, we'll put this formula again here. 0 to t u plus at into dt. This becomes to u into dt integration 0 to t plus at integration 0 to t into dt. Right? U is constant here, right? A is constant here. Remember, initial velocity was constant, so it will come out of integration. This becomes integration of dt is always t, right? T1 to T2, so T1 to T2 becomes T2 minus T1. This is the formula of dt. Similarly, dt, if it is t into dt, T1 to T2 becomes equal to t square by 2 T1 to T2. No, remember? X to the power n. Just take the formula. Integration of x to the power n dx equal to x to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Right? Here what we say? T is 1. So T1 2 plus 1 divided by 1 plus 1. So T square by 2. This becomes, first put the value of T2. T2 square by 2 minus T1 square by 2. This is the value of integration. This is the way to derive this. So similarly, we will use here the same things, same formula. This becomes t u into t 0 to t plus this becomes a t square by 2, right? From 0 to t. Okay. Again, 0 value doesn't make any change. Ut plus a t, again 0 will make no difference. T square by 2, right? This is how. This is your second very important formula. Is equal to ut plus of at square. So distance of traveled, you can find out what will be the distance. This is your formula number 2. Formula number 1 was V equal to U plus AT. Okay. This was another formula. Third formula is V square equal to U square plus 2AS. This formula has been derived with the help of these two formula. Right? Just square it both sides. We will derive the formula again. V square equal to U plus AT का whole square. Okay. What becomes U square plus A square T square plus 2UAT. Okay. So this is U square plus Here 2a we take common from these two. What will happen? A 2u we have taken common, at sorry ut plus 2, it will become down, right? T has gone, so T, A has gone, so A. Okay? ut plus 80 square by 2. See, if you multiply, bring it back here, 2a, 2a ut, right? This will become this. This corresponds to this. Okay? Now, this multiply here. What will happen? 2 get cancelled, right? A becomes here a square t square. So you come to back to the same position. So, u square plus 2a. Yes, this is your formula from this. So this is how you get these three formulas. These three formulas are very important. We will solve few questions based on this formula. You know, here why we call it motion in one direction. Why we are calling it motion in one direction? What is happening? The body is moving in the same direction, and acceleration is also v is in this direction. Then acceleration should be also in this direction, right? And distance traveled will be also in this direction. You know, in one dimension. Let's say this is x-axis, either positive or negative. Sometimes initial velocity will be there, 5 meter per second, and a will be minus. No, it can be possible. So what will happen? You will move to some distance and it will stop because acceleration is negative. Will solve through solving some question. You will understand. So what is happening? Everything is in one direction. You know, it's not like vector. You remember vector? Vector. Break it in two direction. Right? Vector A, AX and AY. Remember? So this is not in one dimension. This is in two dimension, happening in two direction. That's why we call it two direction. This formula works in one dimension, right? The three formula, last three formula, works in one dimension. Second thing comes free fall. You know, from top, say some height, you throw some object. What will happen? The body will move in this direction. What will be the acceleration? Acceleration will be g. G, what is g? We will explain it later. You know, if you throw, this one is stationary. But what happens? If you leave it, why it started moving? Because it started moving because of this gravity was working at the body, and it started moving at the speed of g. G is given as 9.8 meter per second square, or approximate for sake of calculation some places we take 10 meter per second square. So if the body is thrown in this direction, what will happen? Body is moving in this direction, acceleration is also working in this direction. So this is also called motion in one direction. Or you can throw a object from this point, okay, in this direction, with the speed of say initial speed u. What will happen? Body is moving in this direction, acceleration is working in this direction, right? Acceleration is working in this direction. So what will be the acceleration? E will be minus g. Very important. Now next, let's say a ball from here is thrown at 20 meter per second. Means 20 meter per second is thrown in this direction straight. Find the distance. At what distance the body will come to 0, right? So final velocity becomes 0. You have to find the distance traveled. At what distance and time. comes to 0. So use the formula V equal to U plus AT. So V is finally 0, U is 20 plus A is what? A is working in this direction, body is moving in this direction, so A becomes minus G, right? So A equal to minus 10 meter per second square, okay, into T. So this becomes 0 equal to 20 minus 10 into T. So this is T equal to. So after 2 seconds, the body will stop, and distance travel will ut plus half gt square, right? So u is your 20, t is 2 seconds, again minus 1 by 2, g is your 10 into t square is 2 square. Why minus? Because g is working in negative direction. 1 into 40 minus, so very simple. Probably you must have solved these questions in 10th standard. But if not, from what will happen? Let's say another question. meter height, right? From roof top of the building is there, right? Its height is 40 km. From this point, if boy throws straight down the ball, just drop the ball instead of a boy drop the ball. Very simple questions. Let's see. So what happens? U initially is 0, right? T we don't know. D we don't know. Yes, 14 meter, right? A is plus minus. Now what? It will be positive or negative? Ball is moving in this direction, gravity is also, acceleration is also in this direction, right? So acceleration will be positive, not negative. Okay, so V equal to U plus AT. Right? So first V square equal to U square plus yes. Use this formula. U square is 0 plus 2 into A is 10 into S is 40. Right? So U square is equal to let's say 16 is 60, 80. Let's see what. Let's see what? 16. Right? So V equal to right? So final velocity will be when it will touch the ground, its velocity will become 2 meter per second. And time taken v equal to u plus